What's up everyone? Today I want to be upgrading the exhaust setup on my G80. It took me a while to decide on what exhaust I actually wanted to run. I know a lot of people kept running the Valvetronic exhaust, but I'm not really sure I like the way it sounds. Actually, it was on Sebring recently and someone else had a G80 and I didn't really like the way it sounded. It kind of just sounded like a louder version of the stock exhaust and almost sounded a little more raspy. I'm not sure if it was the titanium or stainless steel. Maybe the titanium one would sound better, but it did have the full setup, not just the muffler. So I decided on actually doing the equal length mid-pipe from Active Autowerke. I know the S55 cars sounded a lot better with the equal length from Active Autowerke, so I'm hoping the S58 will be the same deal. I've only heard like 1 or 2 videos online, and honestly, it's hard to tell on video how the cars actually sound. You really need to hear it in person as I make an exhaust video, but you'll probably get a general idea. I'm gonna go ahead and take some videos of the stock exhaust right now so we can compare it to the mid-pipe. I'm sure it won't make the biggest volume difference, but maybe it will change the tone a little bit. I eventually wanna do a different muffler, but I haven't really decided on which one I wanna run yet. The simplest answer, I guess, would be the Active Autowerke muffler, but I kind of want to try something different. I was looking at the Dynon muffler, and that kind of looked like a nice setup for this car. I usually don't like Dynon parts, but I'm kind of warming up to them. Got the car jacked up on these ESCO jacks. I figured I'd buy some nicer jacks with how heavy this car is, but they have a rubber pad on top, and then I have a little adapter pad on top of that, so it feels really good. First things to loosen up are these two 13mm bolts right here, as well as on that side. There's also a 13mm bolt for these hangers, one on each side. Looks pretty straightforward so far. It's nice doing exhaust on a fairly new car though. You don't have to pull out the PB blaster. Next thing to remove is this brace. It uses 6 13mm bolts. Pretty easy actually, it's not overly tightened. Came off really easily. It's just right here. You don't need to touch these bolts, of course, because there's little holes for it. And then I think after the front bolts, the hangers, this brace, it should just be the muffler hangers, and that's probably it. So it looks like it is just 4 hangers on the rest of the exhaust. 2 hangers up there, and then 1 in each corner of this exhaust. Also make sure to remove these lines for the valve controller. Pretty easy. Clip. Just press in on the bottom right here and pull out. Other than that, I think it's pretty simple. I'm just putting a jack under it so I can support this once I get these all loose. So I got the exhaust off. It was a little bit annoying by myself, but I just got some bubble wrap and stuff underneath the front so I could drag it, lay it on top, then put a jack under the rear muffler and just pull it out. So I'm pretty sure this is where you're supposed to cut. I'm gonna double check online and make sure, but looks pretty straightforward. I'll probably hold up the new exhaust next to it to make sure it lines up. Looks like this dot, this perforated dot, is the place to cut. It lines up, and I'm not sure why this one only has 1. Everyone online I've seen has 3, but it lines up, so I guess that's the right one. So I went ahead and put these 2 front pipes on, and then I attached it to the middle section. Once you want to attach these 2 front pipes to this middle section, you kind of, since I'm doing it with 1 person, I had to like balance this up with my knee and then screw in the G-brace. You can't really slip it through. Like you can't put the G-brace first and then slip it through just because it won't clear. But you can also use a jack like I did, help you support it and put it up. It's not too bad. I just have the clamp slipped on right now, and the hangers aren't fully tightened. Same with the front bolts. I'm gonna go ahead and put the rear muffler on, attach that, then tighten everything up, and it should be done. Got the exhaust all bolted up and tightened. I'm gonna go ahead and wipe down the exhaust, clean myself up, then just start it, check for leaks. And then if there's no leaks, I guess I'll just lower it and get some exhaust clips. So I'm actually really happy with how the exhaust turned out. I think the tone's really nice. It's not overly raspy like the S55. It does have a little too much burbles in my opinion, but I'm sure you can probably reduce that with a tune, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna tune this car yet. It does have a nice pop between shifts, which I really like. It's overall really nice for a daily. I do want to get a rear section at some point, but I really can't decide on which rear section to go with. So hopefully one of you in the comments can help me pick, because they all kind of sound the same on video. I can't decide. I'm gonna try and find some people at a local meet who have different exhaust setups, but everyone runs Valvetronic, and I don't want to do Valvetronic. So yeah, that'll be a interesting decision, but I might also just go with a valve controller, since like the valve setup on this car is pretty bad. I mean, most new cars is pretty bad. This car, it's about 4,000 RPMs. The exhaust valve's actually fully open, even with the exhaust valve button on. My GT4 was the same way, and most new cars are. I think the GT4 was like 4,500 RPMs is when that one opened. I've driven an STO, and that one's really bad. That car's really quiet till you're above like around the same RPM range. So valve controller might be the way to go. But the only problem is I still have that giant ugly muffler that you see below the diffuser, and I kind of just want to get rid of it. So I'll probably end up going with the Dynan muffler, or maybe I'll just make it easy and go with the Active Autowerke rear section. I just don't like their tips, but maybe that's just being picky. Other than that, I mean, that just wraps it up for this exhaust video. I'll probably have some new videos and different mods coming up soon. Just here I have some M Performance adjustable coilover kit, and then I have the yellow daytime running lights. I think those will look good on the green. So I hope this video helps you guys decide on what exhaust setup you want to go with. I think the Active Autowerke equal length mid-pipe's the best mid-pipe on the market. I know there's other equal length mid-pipes, but I think this one's the best. It's welded in the USA, at least they say it is. So yeah, anyways, thanks for watching.